Come on. Come on. Put your emojis together for Auntie Miracle B.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. I am back as promised to give my commentary on this Mutahan McLean case. Again, I do apologize the last time that I did this one. I was muted most of the time. But now I can see that I'm fine now. But anyway, just for those of you who do not remember from the last video, Mutahan McLean was convicted of kidnapping, torturing, and murdering his 10-year-old son, Dakota Collins. And Dakota was the subject of years of extreme sustained abuse before he was beaten to death. So his abuse really began in 2015 and ended with his death on December 13th, 2019, after he was traumatically raped and beat by his father. The court documents say that he was locked naked into the attic alone and was regularly subjected to emotional, physical, and SA. So Al Mutahan's girlfriend and co-defendant Amanda Himes pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter and multiple counts of child endangerment. So let's go ahead and get this started so we can listen to these lies and gaslighting regarding this ass clown's beautiful, handsome 10-year-old son. Let's see here. All right, let's get it started.
So I go up there, and he's laying on his tarp, and he got it in his butt. I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing? I say, pull it out right now. What I see right here? And that blue chair? That blue chair right there. The lady's here to come talk to you. That'll be cool? Yes, sir. Okay, man. All right. What's going on?
I'm Detective Sloss. Detective Ross is going to be coming in a minute, too. Here we go. Okay. So, have you ever been on the race before?
Yeah.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, say your first.
Hold up, let me put on my closed captioning. I swear it's always so hard to hear with these interrogations.
Name for me.
ALMUTAHAN.
METAHAN.
No, ALMUTAHAN. Can I please have some water? I ain't had water in 6-7 hours, please.
Oh,
We'll get you water in 1 minute.
bitch, you kill your son. Tell me something. I need some water. I ain't water in 6 to 8 hours. Who cares? Nobody cares.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, today is December 13th, 2019.
I ain't about to trip. I swear to God.
Just brought you some water.
I get a photo on my lip.
We'll take care of it.
Oh, you like that, don't you?
Just make it like you're drinking water.
You like that, don't you?
That's good.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yes, Becky. Yes, Becky with the good hair. Serve me. I got these two blonde bitches right here. They serve me. I'm the man. Yes, serve me.
Hey, that's enough. You guys want to cuss off?
I'm only pouring a little bit because I'm trying not to choke you. I don't want to.
Choke him.
Just trying.
Come on.
All right. Okay, so ALMUTAHAN,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Okay, what's your last name?
McLean.
How do you spell?
MCLEAN.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
4189
And your social?
666.
Okay. So yeah, it's December 13th, 2019. It is currently 9:36 at night p.m. And we are at 335 West 3rd Street, which is our safety building. Okay. We are going to be interviewing you in regards to the crime of a homicide. Okay.
Homicide, that's like premeditated.
Well, no, homicide is you taking the life of someone. Now you can premeditate the homicide, but you can kill someone without premeditation. But it's interesting you asked that question though, because what you did, you clearly premeditated. But whatever, let's go.
Homicide is kind of a catch-all for somebody that died more than likely not of natural causes.
There you go.
Make sense? So it kind of covers a lot of things. It could be murder. It could be.
That's the thing. I don't even know why my child is dead. You heard me? I still don't know.
Oh,
If your
no,
child's dead?
No, they just told me he did, but they didn't tell me what killed him or anything like that. You hear me?
they didn't need to tell you because you know what killed him. You and those two banshees that you live with, them two white holes, not these white holes, but the other white holes that he's with. Y'all know that the trio of dunces, the Confederacy of idiots, y'all know.
That's kind of what this opportunity is for, is for you to
Yeah,
tell us.
to
We don't-
discuss it with
we
you
weren't
because,
there.
right.
You were there, we weren't.
Right. So
So this is, once we go through your rights, this is your opportunity to kind of tell us what happened today and how he died, how he became unresponsive because we weren't there.
right.
Okay, so let her get through this portion of it with you real quick.
Okay, Mr. McLean, I'm going to have you read number 1 out loud for me.
I had a right to remain silent. Do not have to make any statements or answer any questions, anything I can't say.
No, just this one. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to make any statements or answer any questions. You understand?
Yes, I waive my rights.
He waived my rights.
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have a lawyer with you during questioning. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you do not have the money to hire a lawyer appointed by the court or a lawyer from the public defender's office will be provided to you before and during questioning without any cost to you. Do you understand? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Waiver of rights. The above statement of rights has been read to me. I understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me.
I don't want to agree to that right now. That man just bopped me in my and told me I did it. So I feel that was pressure right there. I
Oh.
wanted to speak immediately.
You what?
I said, I feel like he pressured me.
He pressured you.
Okay. But are you wanting to talk to us now? You have that right.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I wanna
But is
know.
that by choice? Because
Yes, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what happened to my child.
Oh, you know what happened.
okay, we want to know too.
What happened to my child?
How many years of schooling did you complete?
Like 8.
8?
Okay.
What?
Okay, and you understand this, right? And you're
Mhm.
willing to talk to us?
Mm-hmm.
And you understand you can stop at any time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, and that's just saying that I haven't threatened you, I haven't made you any promises, I haven't, none of that. You're talking of your own free will, right? Okay. We want you to tell us, because we weren't there, what happened today.
Let's get into these lies.
Well, this is what happened. I ain't slept in about 3 days, right?
Right.
Can't keep falling down the stairs, keep knocking his head around. It looked like something was wrong with his stomach last night that I noticed.
So, you said that your deceased son, you haven't been able to sleep because of your deceased son, knocking himself upside the head and doing all of these things of self-harm. A 10-year-old that doesn't have any developmental or cognitive disabilities is doing that to himself. There was nothing to indicate he was autistic or anything of that nature. And if you were awake for 3 days, I think that you would then know exactly what happened to your son. Doesn't make any sense. If I'm awake for 2 or 3 days, I know what's going on with Paisley. Whatever. Let's continue.
And I gave him
So,
some water to throw up. You know
right.
what I mean? I had him drink like several cups of water because it looked very odd normal. And I know that he used to eat his own. So I just wanted to make sure that he was okay. So he drank the water. That was it. And I guess he goes back upstairs and acting out some more. I mean, jumping off the banister, everywhere, everywhere, the usual.
Yeah, so just to let you know that this is coming from Law and Crime. And so they have edited out all of the swear words. So when you hear shh, he's talking about, shitting. And the little boy ate his own feces, which again, I don't see a child willingly eating their own feces. That's more of a dog thing. So, yeah.
Might I add, I've been dealing with this for probably since he was 2 years old. He's been doing this.
Since he was 2.
Yeah. And
right.
So I've been very tired. I ain't slept in 3 days, so I'm just sitting there. And here he come rolling down the stairs again. Ba-doom, ba-doom.
Ba-doom, ba-doom.
So I told him to go back upstairs. A little while later, I go up there. I see a stick in his ass, like a chair leg. So I asked him, what is he doing? And he's just steady, you know what I mean? Just steady doing what he do.
So this little boy is simulating, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, he's simulating a sex act at 10 voluntarily. And the thing that he uses is a chair leg at 10.
This ain't the first time he tried something like that. So I see blood on the ground. I asked him to pull it out. You know what I mean? Blood squirted immediately. Now I'm freaking out. I'm like, hurry up. You need to get downstairs so I can get you in the shower. You know what I mean? And see what's going on.
So he's doing rocking back and forth on the chair leg to the extent that blood is squirting out, and you are not concerned at all. That blood is squirting out, but you're.
So at the time, I didn't think nothing of it. I just
right.
see that he bruised up as usual.
Okay.
Saying he never stopped. He find any way, any type of way, anything to use just to put a bruise on his body.
Oh.
So as a parent, I just put him in the shower. I put him in the bathtub to try to, get some of the swelling to go down or whatever the situation may have been, clean him up, make sure he was good. So I'm sitting on the couch. He like, Dad, come here. He like, Dad, help. So I come up the stairs to help him.
What?
And that's when I noticed his body.
I thought that we were downstairs and you put him in the tub. So how did he magically get back upstairs for him to call down to you?
It's cold, very, very, very cold. So I took him downstairs and tried to rinse him off, to see if he'd shake out of it, wake up. I mean, I had no clue of knowing that he was sick to that extent,
What?
or that, or yeah, or that this is gonna go anywhere near this far. I mean, I just figured he was doing his normal acting out. I mean, he was kind of tweaking a little bit. You know what I mean?
Translation. I've been whooping on this child's ass for years, and I had no idea that today was the day that his little body gave out on him, and everything that I've done to him will be laid bare. I didn't think it would go this far. I thought that I'd just continue to torture him, you know, for all time. I didn't intend to kill him, but I got scared because I just went too far this time, and he died. So now I got to come up with some lies. Look at his face. Like he don't even believe what he's saying.
But
Tweaking.
yeah, as far as just like this, this is my way of describing it. Just like this. But this is something that he done pulled for many years. I mean, all the time. Damn near every day. Every time you don't want to have his way, this is what he's pulling. Can't get him to eat his breakfast. He don't want to eat his breakfast. All you want to do is eat his feces. So I'm like, all right, at this point, there's nothing I can do. But let him sit there and lay down. Okay. So like I said, he said, Dad, help. And I came up the stairs. That's why I'm shocked. Right now, I'm not even crying or nothing. I'm just like in shock. Like, my child really did have. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm in shock too. And then the reason I'm not crying is because I did it. Why would I cry? I did it. I'm in shock because I didn't think it was gonna happen. Like, come on, man.
It's what I don't understand. Now, I know them girls didn't do nothing to him and kill him. I mean, I just don't understand it.
Oh.
I'm very serious. That's where I'm at. It was shocking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's shocking.
First of all, he had marks all over his body.
It's every day. Now, sometime I had to stank his behind just to prevent him from hurting himself. This boy jumped out the window before. Just straight out the window.
I submit to you the idea that the reason why he jumped out of the window, it was to get away from you. It was to get away from you. He was trying to escape, and he was trying to get away from you. Just like the I said before in the Diddy Cassie case. More than likely, and this is just my assumption, more than likely, he was upstairs. You were either involved in some other activity and you were distracted. Maybe you and the two hoes you live with, y'all was eating or doing whatnots, whatever. And he said, "Oh, this is my opportune time to get the hell out of Dodge." And he jumped out the window. So just like with Cassie, uh, Diddy was asleep or he was maybe in the shower or something. She said, "This is my opportunity to escape," and then she took off, only to be caught and drugged back. That's probably what happened.
There is no stopping him. I'm afraid. I've been telling people I was afraid, but at the same time, it was nothing I can do.
Right.
And I mean, I can understand the fact that he had marks all over his body. You'd be surprised just to sit there and watch him do it.
Right.
Or just to see there, you just be like, stop, or no, or don't, and he's gonna whack, he's gonna bam, he's gonna jump, he's gonna flip, he's gonna kick. We had stairs, he was letting out people kick him like that, you know what I mean? And kick him all kind of ways in the corner.
So he lived upstairs.
At times, yeah.
So what I would submit to you the idea that all of these things he's talking about, he kicked this and he hit this and punched this. To me, I'm thinking that this is what you have done to him. And so now you're trying to, play in these detectives' face and say that he did it to himself. But I think that you're telling us, you're self-snitching and telling us that you did it. This is what you did to him. Because there's no way a child, even a person with a cognitive disability, There's no child that is going to abuse themselves from the top of their head to the sole of their feet. That's impossible. But you're a liar, so let's go ahead. Let's continue.
At times.
Well, at first he was living downstairs, but the smell got too strong. Not only that, my little brother, I just got custody of him probably like 2 years ago. I've been taking care of my little brother. Okay, so he been living with us. Do y'all have my little brother? Okay, good. I'll just make sure he all right. Okay, so yeah, my little brother started living with us, right? And the Bob want to get aggressive with him and you know what I mean? Try to take his clothes off in front of him and stuff like that. So I mean I had to protect him. I had to just send Dakota upstairs. I mean the living environment, it was fine. It wasn't it was perfect actually. When he went
Lies.
up there, it didn't stink. He had a bed, he had clothes, he had everything he wanted. But this is the point that I'm trying to make as a parent. This how far this go. Like I can't get a boy a blanket. Because if I give him a blanket, now he has marks all over his body from him pissing on himself and wrapping around his own blanket. You know what I
What?
mean? If you
Huh?
did that continuously, there'd be rashes and you know that's unsanitary.
So I have to submit to you the idea that the father and the two hoes left Dakota upstairs in the attic by himself, and they had him locked in the room without any method for him to relieve himself in a sanitary way. So he had no choice but to sit and stew and fester in his own waste. And of course, when you do that, that causes irritation and rashes and sores on your skin. But again, the 10-year-old boy did it to himself. He willingly wanted to sit in his own feces and urine and wrap himself in the blanket with all of the child bye.
Flat out. And then ain't no way to keep a child like that clean that just gonna do what they want to do no matter what, regardless. I mean,
Right.
I had social services out there. I called the police. The police told me he was being unruly and that when he got a little older, they'll be able to, put him in some type of juvenile center.
So you call the police allegedly on your son to tell them that you have a child. You fed them a story that he is a danger to himself. But apparently it must have been inconclusive. So they were like, well, nothing we can do. So, maybe he gets I don't freaking know. This don't make no sense. Let me be quiet.
And I mean, this is the day after he jumped out the window.
Right.
I'm traumatized every day. It's a new show. My
Oh.
child almost lost his foot. Here I am laying in the bed thinking he's asleep.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Uh.
I'm laying in the bed thinking he's asleep. And I hear bam, bam, bam at the door. If you're upstairs, what are you doing outside? So not only did he jump through a window, but the window he jumped through was probably a little bigger than the square. A big fella like that, straight through it. I mean, he's impressive.
What? So this 10-year-old was able to fit out of a window the size of a Kleenex box? Really? Really? And then you call him a big fella, so you're attributing him as an adult? Because I mean, that's how you would describe a grown-up, as a big fella. You wouldn't describe a child as a big fella unless you're racist, of course, and like like the old geezer who said, there's a little woman, a little black woman outside, and they're doing something, and I don't know what she's doing. And it was a little 9-year-old girl who was killing those invasive species of moth or some type of insect, but she was a little woman. So you're saying that he's a big fella and he could squeeze through this? Come on. Paisley can squeeze through that. Well, he could because he's got a summer cut, so he's real tiny now, so he probably could. But I nobody can squeeze through that. But small animals and cats and stuff.
So, like I said, he did that, and it just went on and on and on and on. Like I said, anytime that I put my hands on him, it was to keep him from hurting himself. And I mean, as far as I wouldn't beat him with anything, I would just grab him and like, hey, enough's enough. Like arms behind your back, like the police do. You know what I mean? It was never punch you in the eye or slam you or you know what I mean. Never tried to do nothing out the way to him just to keep.
So he's telling on himself again. Just let him keep talking. Just talk yourself. Just keep talking. Keep telling yourself.
Keep him from hurting himself. That was my biggest fear. And he just continued to hurt himself every day.
Right.
I mean, he had food, fresh food, clothes, all that. All he wanted to do is show out and tell me that he acting out. And there's nothing I can do about it. And he just pissing his shit every day. I feel like that could have been the cause right there. I mean, I'm not sure. Like I said, it just hit me maybe like 3 days ago. Because I mean, I literally have to watch him use the bathroom every day, you know, just to make sure he's using it there and not upstairs. What? But not only that, but every time I go up there, there's mountains of urine and mountains of feces all around the room, the walls, everywhere. And I mean, I've told social services.
Yeah, it's mountains of feces because you left them up there, locked in the attic with no toilet. So where is it supposed to go? They're supposed to evaporate in the clouds?
But how he used to crack himself and hurt himself and all that. But I mean, they say when he turned 12 years old, I could have looked into getting him into this one program or one facility. He would have turned 11 3 days from now. And like I said, ma'am, I am shocked right now at this point that he died. Never seen it coming.
Yeah.
3 days from now, your son turns 11?
Yes, ma'am.
What's his birthday?
The 28th. What's today?
Okay.
That's correct. 25th. Is today the 25th?
No.
What is it?
The 13th.
Oh.
You dumbass. You don't even know when your child's birthday is. Just trash.
Okay, no, I wasn't aware of that either. I mean, that's how tired I am.
Right.
This goes on for days and days and days. I mean, I seen him flip the table. I mean, he got the table flipped over, sticking his on the table. If you flip this thing upside down and knock this back off, that's just straight rod out. What? But that's the kind of stuff he was into. Right. I ain't never sexually harassed my child or do nothing like that. That's homophobic. And I mean, that's homo, and I ain't far from gay. You know what I mean?
Why would you say that? Unless you were homophobic. And who said that you were gay? That's very interesting. Again, we're projecting. These are thoughts that's been in your demented mind. I have never had a conversation with someone and just voluntarily said, you know, I'm far from gay. What?
They never play with their private parts. You see my little brother, correct? Healthy as an ox. We give them the same treatment. One just chooses to eat his food, and the other one chooses to eat it. Right. I mean, he got fed 3-4 times a day.
Feces.
He would take 10 hours, 20 hours to eat his food. Yeah, I mean it.
Who takes 10 to 20 hours just to eat food? Are you serious right now? 10 to 20 hours to eat? I don't even think a formal 5-course Michelin star dinner would take 10 to 20 hours to eat. 10 to 20 hours? No, what you mean to say is you locked him upstairs between 10 and 20 hours. And he was eating his feces because you gave it to him and forced him to eat it. But he was upstairs in his room for 10 to 20 hours a day. And he only came out to quote unquote bathe and whatnots. You gotta be kidding me, man.
There it is. 20 hours to eat a bowl of noodles. How is he supposed to gain weight? Or how is he supposed to be healthy? You know what I mean? Non-stop. So I'm dealing with that on top of the fact that now we ain't got no health insurance. Because he done got in trouble so damn much to the point where I can't leave the house for 2 minutes. Or not 1 minute without worrying about, is he killing himself, hurting himself, doing what he doing? I really don't know why my child is dead right now. I still don't know. And that's what I would like to know, please.
Yeah.
Know what to say.
Well, let me ask you this. He stayed upstairs?
Did he stay up there?
He stayed up there, right? When you were talking about him pooping and peeing and everything up there?
Yeah.
Like,
But
locked up there?
No. We never locked him up there. Like, the lock's been on the house since we had the dogs when they were smaller. They'd get into fights. We just never took the time to take them down. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got pit bulls there. And we ain't separated. Maybe be blood all over it, everywhere. You know what I mean?
No.
So that's what the locks is for. Like, he would come down. I would invite him to watch TV. And he's my son. He was handsome. He looked just like me.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would invite him to sit down, watch TV.
He's handsome. He looks just like me. Of course, I wouldn't try and deliberately kill me, symbolically me. But it's something inside of him for him to say he looks like me. It seems like he's trying to torture himself. I don't know. That's very interesting that he said that, though.
And this, that, and the third. And he would just, and I mean, the smell was so loud. I can go up there and clean it every day. And 5 years from now, you'll probably smell it.
Right. Did you
So
abuse him that much?
fumes, I don't know what it was. I mean, I did everything in my power. That bucket that was upstairs, I used to put soap and water in it and have him clean it up. Clean the floor up, clean your walls, clean it up. Like, it's just unbearable. I'm downstairs on the couch. I can't even sleep because the smell is so strong.
Right.
You know? I mean, outrageous. And he getting put in the shower every day.
Right.
On a regular, you know what I mean? But regardless, it'd be like you never put a drop of water or soap on him.
Wow.
It's very shocking right now, the fact that he did. I mean, I never thought that he would end up dead. I figured if he eat his own poop, I even Googled it, like, will it hurt you? And they was like, nah, you know, to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
No, bitch. If you eat poop, it can kill you because it has bacteria. That is fatal. Like, are you kidding me? Hold on. If you look up on Google, is eating poop toxic? Ingesting feces can lead to illness and infections, and the causes can be mild, but some may be severe. Now, the phenomenon of eating your own poop is called coprophagia, and it can occur with a person with severe neurological or psychological disorders. However, I don't think this was the case. And it's supposed to be extremely rare in human beings. It's supposed to, and it usually affects people with dementia. So typically someone old would engage in this sort of activity. So yeah, it can kill you, and he's too young for this to develop.
Just to see, because I mean, I was to the point where what am I supposed to do? Call the police and be like, "Oh, my son is over here eating it again today."
You're gonna take him to the doctor?
Yeah, he's been to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's his doctor?
it's been so long, I don't even know. I just know it was probably like when my health insurance ran out, probably close to 3 years ago.
3
You
years
haven't seen
ago.
a doctor in 3 years?
Yeah, but he been to the hospital in less than that. So
When was he
he
at the hospital?
probably like a year ago when he jumped out the window.
Baby children?
Yeah, he always been very healthy.
Who
Um,
was his PCP? His primary caregiver?
I didn't have no primary.
Care physician?
No, I didn't have one.
Where did you take?
How the hell you have a 10-year-old child and they have no primary care physician? You don't take them to the annual to keep it with their inoculations. You know, they got to have that to go to school. Like you have to have your vaccinations. How do you not take a 10-year-old to the doctor to see how they're developing and how they're progressing? Wow. I bet you took those pit bulls to the vet, but you don't take your child to the doctor.
Take him to the doctor.
I only took him to the hospital, and I only took him to the doctor when he needed it, and he ain't.
Right. So you only took him to the hospital when it was needed. So after you whooped his ass and he got sick, that's when he went. But if he didn't show any symptoms of anything, it was all good. We staying in the house. There's no he eyed. All making him eat his own feces, and he's throwing up and he's knocking himself up against the wall, and he's throwing himself off the steps, he's throwing himself out the window, but he's fine. He don't need to go to the doctor, even though he got bruises and he's doing things actively to harm himself on a daily basis from sun up to sundown, but he don't need to go to the doctor. Right.
It won't nothing wrong with him.
Right.
He's eating his own feces. There's something wrong with
I
him.
need to, but besides the fact, now I took that into consideration.
Right.
He's been to counseling his whole life. See, I could tell y'all.
So where'd they go to therapy at?
He ain't been to therapy in a little while.
But he's gone
He has been, I'd say, probably like 4 years ago.
So then how is it his whole life then? If he hasn't been to therapy, been to therapy his whole life, but he hasn't gone in 4 years. Do you understand whole life means, if he's 10, he should have been at least there 9 years for it to be his whole life. But if he stopped at 5 or 6, that's not his whole life. And then why is he in therapy at the age of 6 anyway? What's going on at home for him to be in therapy at age 6? Inquiring minds would like to know.
So he's been in counseling for 4 years, but he's been in the whole way.
Maybe off and on. I probably had some online counseling services or online counselors talk to him. But
Where'd he go to school?
he's homeschooled. But the thing is, like when I did have counselors speak to him, he would play them so slick to the point where it'd be like, he's all good and golden. Like they wouldn't believe the stories that I tell them. You know what I mean? For me to tell somebody that he's getting anything like that, I mean, and he didn't have to do it. It's not something that we forced upon him or anything like that. Like if I would give him ice cream and a couple cigarettes, not that I ever gave him, but just speaking in general, like he would do it.
Wait, you gave him ice cream and cigarettes? A 10-year-old? Cigarette? Ice cream? That's an odd pairing. Ice cream and cigarettes, but not that I ever gave him the cigarettes, even though I just said that I gave him the cigarettes.
Anything in the world. You know what I mean? Anything in the world that you ask him, only when he get his way. He was a bully.
Oh.
So if you gave him cigarettes, he would do stuff? Sorry, buddy, I'm trying to get this.
I'm just saying, if I would have gave him whatever he asked,
There we go.
it should be the perfect angel. You know what I mean? But let me say no, or you got suspended, so we can't do this. It ain't no punishing him.
He got suspended, so where's he going to school?
He was going to Horseman. He's been homeschooled for the last 2 years.
Who's home?
So yeah, the homeschooling, that's what abusive parents do when they there's a certain level of, abuse, and then when it becomes too obvious and um somebody probably from social services or someone called the authorities on him about the child's welfare. So typically the parent will then pull that child out of school and then homeschool them so they can just continue the abuse in privacy. Keep telling yourself, sir.
Homeschooling him.
I was. Yeah.
Why do you have to think about that?
Because he lying. That's why he had to think about it. And then number two, if he only graduated, got an eighth grade education, I'm just assuming since he said was in school for 8 years, if he only got an eighth grade education, what the hell could he possibly be teaching his son? If all you have at the maximum, according to you, is eighth grade education, what the hell are you teaching?
My lip hurt. I'm just like, I've been up for 3 days.
Oh,
As I'm telling you, I still haven't took a nap, been to sleep.
oh.
So I'm doing my best.
Okay,
You've been up for 3 days because
lástima.
he's been walking into walls and falling down.
Not 3 days straight, but every now and then. I mean, he would go maybe one day, yeah, pretty much, or yelling. No, he was just yelling and screaming.
That's different than what you told us earlier, though.
No, that's what he do every day. But what I'm saying is, what kept me up was his tone, yelling, screaming, singing, dancing. Boy, it's 3 in the morning.
So screaming, yelling, singing, dancing while he's locked in the attic, covered in his own feces and urine. So the thing that he wants to do is to sing and dance at 3 in the morning. I submit to you the idea that this is what you were having him do. Yell and scream and sing and dance and whatnots in that attic. Or having him in weird positions. And you got to stand up against the wall in this in a squat for 2 hours. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna beat you. But that's what this is. There's no way, no freaking way any of this is possible.
No sleep.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you homeschool him.
Yes,
What grade is he in?
5th grade.
Okay, and what's the stuff he's learning about right now?
He don't
Well, he
know.
was learning, but he refused to learn. Every book that I bought him, he put on it, he hit on it, he destroyed it.
Right.
Pens became a factor of safety, and
Right.
pencils. You know what I mean? And wondering.
Okay, so you're not homeschooling him.
I had legal documents stating that he was certified to be homeschooled. But like I said, he destroyed all his equipment.
See, whenever they take a long sigh, and typically if you hear what had happened, that's a lie that's about to follow. So basically, he didn't say the what had happened out loud. He was thinking. See, what had happened was he's supposed to be homeschooled. Right? He's certified to be homeschooled. But what had happened was he destroyed all of his books because he refused to learn. Stop. Just stop.
All of it. As a parent, I can't go out and just be like, I'm getting ready to replace all this.
So when was the last time he had schooling?
A true education, I could say probably like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Before he got pulled out, Horseman.
Okay.
But he didn't learn anything. He wasn't doing nothing. He was threatening the teachers and telling them how he teach people a lesson and locking them out the classroom and just getting it in.
You know what's funny about all of that? That he was, threatening the teacher and being threatening and bullying the children. If in fact that's true, those are learned behaviors from whom? Who would have taught him that? Whom? Who? Who? You, bitch. You did it. You sure did. Make sure okay, I think I'm still. Yeah. You, sir. You did it. So he learned that shit from you. Father of the year. Bravo.
Mhm.
He was walking the teachers out of the classroom?
Yep.
Live.
Earlier you called him a big fella. You think he was a big fella?
Do I? Yeah, a little bit. He kind of tall.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about today. You said you haven't been to sleep, is that right?
I still have no man.
Okay. So what happened when he woke up this morning then?
He never went to sleep.
Okay, so then what happened?
He never.
What's been going on since
Uh,
6 a.m. this morning?
So 6 a.m. this morning,
Come on.
I look at the camera. I see him plunging on his table. I mean his chair. I don't think nothing about it. I'm just like, he's doing his normal weird things. So sometimes I felt like ignorance was the best answer because he was basically just seeking attention. And
I love it. Ignorance. Ignorance. So we wanted to be conscientiously ignorant, according to you. I'm gonna ignore him allegedly plunging, as you call it, plunging on his chair. So you see him on camera doing it. I don't think nothing of it, even though we've had the situation where blood has squirted out of his butt. But it's not a big deal. He's just doing his normal weird thing. Because clearly I'm homophobic. And I'm projecting.
at any cost, you know what I mean? Any cost. He's been dealing with this since he was younger. He's been in the system since he was 2 years old.
Why?
Anytime he didn't have his way, he'd make sure CPS show up at the house.
Okay, so keep going.
At 2? So he was smart enough to call CPS on you at 2? At 3? At 4? 5? Really?
Okay,
And he would tell him just anything, the most outlandish thing. And then say, kill myself. Or I'm gonna this, that, and the third. And then come home and how's the day? Everything was fine. Yeah.
So at 6 a.m. this morning.
6 a.m. this morning.
Come on,
All
get
right, so I
quiet.
see him doing that. I'm paying no mind.
Pay it no mind.
I'm like, I didn't think he was hurting himself at all. So I'm like, hey, what is he finna
You didn't
do?
think he was
But you said blood. I'm gonna stop.
hurting himself?
Not at the time.
Okay.
I'm thinking in my head, like, what could he possibly be doing with that? Okay. So, all right, I'll get up around, say about 8 o'clock, go get him his breakfast and stuff like that. So I go up there and he's laying on his tarp and he got it in his butt. I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing? I say, pull it out right now.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you woke up, or at 6 in the morning, you look on the camera and he is violating himself with a chair, and you didn't think anything of it. So apparently you waited an additional 2 hours to get him breakfast. So this entire time he's been doing this to his booty and you weren't concerned. So you finally get upstairs and he's still doing it. And then you say, oh, he's on his tarp and he's still doing it. What are you doing? Oh my God. Pull it out right now. You are such a freaking liar.
Wrestling and you know what I mean? Either way.
I don't know what you mean because I don't live in your house, so.
Well, he want to get wrestling and aggressive. Like he don't want me to take it out of him,
Lies.
and he don't want me to have it. Period.
Lies.
So I grab it out, blood squirt. Yep, and it started dripping.
And it started dripping.
Put him in the shower.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I put him in the bathtub and I tried to clean it up and look at it to see if it was worth me taking him to the ER right away.
What?
But to the eye, I'm not a doctor.
Right.
It didn't look that bad. So I'm just thinking.
What did you see?
Blood squirts out of his booty. Blood. not just a drop of blood or a little bit of pink when you wipe. You said the blood squirted out. I don't know about you, but squirting blood seems like an emergency to me. There are some people in this world who don't deserve children. They really don't. And the people who wish they could have children have to listen to stuff like this.
See,
Just like his butt hole with a little blood, because I checked it out afterwards.
Oh, of course.
Let me see. And she then did, and it was just look a little swollen.
Look a little
You know,
swollen.
didn't see any injuries or anything?
not too heavy.
Not too heavy.
I see his butt swollen and his legs and his arms and all that, but I see that every day.
Because that's where I typically hit him. I usually beat his arms and his legs and his butt. And so those body parts were swollen because I had just whooped his ass again for the day.
It's not a day where he is not gonna add another one. And here's the thing, as a parent, I'm afraid, I was concerned, like, damn, if I take him anywhere, they're gonna be looking at me like I did this. You know what I mean?
I can't see. He got to stay in the house because I don't want anybody to know what I'm doing to him because they're gonna know that I did this.
So at the same time, I was trying to just get him together to where he didn't have any bruises, and then I can take him somewhere and see about possibly more therapy or something like that.
So you know he needed some sort of treatment.
I'm starting. It started to hit me at the last phases, like his last week. It started to hit me that I mean, he started being disobedient to the point where he wouldn't do nothing that he used to do. He took a real big turn. So yeah, he started being extra disobedient. So I'm just like, I'm gonna back off. You know, let him do his thing. Try to keep him healed up. And then I'll get him to a treatment. Now that he's 11, maybe there'll be more options, I'm thinking. But
what?
Like I said, today, it came downstairs. And like I said, showered him up. He went back upstairs, told me to eat his breakfast. He didn't eat it. He just laid on his bed and he didn't eat it. So I'm like, I'll just wait a while. I'm like, eventually he'll get hungry, he'll eat. He always eat. He beg for food. He's never you want more and more. Depends on what it is.
But I thought that he only was interested in eating his feces. So now he's always hungry. He's always begging for food. The reason why he's always hungry and begging for food is you don't feed him anything and you tell him he has to eat his feces. Like, come on. You're telling yourself again.
You know what I mean? I'm like, here's some more, here's some more, just some more. Sure, you get some more.
That's 20 hours later?
Not even 20 hours later. We're talking maybe 3 hours later.
Okay.
But you said that it take him between 10 and 20 hours to eat. But now it's only 3.
So I'm just sitting there like, you know, I'm going to check on his body again, a couple hours.
What?
You know, there's the time 3 hours later.
Okay.
So I'm just sitting there like, you know, I'm going to check on his body again.
I'm going to check on his body again? You know, I watched, what was it? I think maybe Snapped or like Deadly Women. And I've seen that people who, you know, kill their husband or their girlfriend or whatever, you know, and they plan those little stupid home invasion crimes. And, you know, it was one girl, I can't remember her name, but her and her friend came home after they had arranged to have her new boyfriend kill the husband. So when the girl got home, she called 911 and she's talking about, oh, there's blood everywhere. And my husband, he's on the floor, he's not breathing. And so they asked the 911 dispatch was asking, well, can you go see and if he has any vital signs? And then she's talking to her friend. She's like, they want me to check on the body. They want me to check on the body. The body? Nobody refers to a live person as the body. I'm gonna go check on his body. Nobody does that. You always say I want to, check him out to see if he was injured. Do you have any, any maybe bodily injuries? But you don't say the body or his body. 'Cause that implies that he's dead already.
Couple hours,
Right.
gives you time to cool off.
Right.
And
You giving time for his body to cool off, and you hopefully maybe the swelling to go down after, because you beat him and you strangled him in that bathtub. Let's continue.
and check on it.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
when I'm sitting on the couch and he's like, Dad, help.
Mm-hmm.
What time is this when you heard him say dad help?
I can't tell you exactly. I ain't had no clock in front of me.
Approximately. Was it?
I haven't been asleep in 3 days. The time I'm pretty bad off right now. When we come down to the time.
Okay. So
So what that means, detective blonde lady, he hadn't thought this through. He hadn't sat and thought this through. And he didn't get his lies together. He didn't write them shits down before he went through with this. He just running his mouth. Wasn't no planning. It was just him being stupid. And that's why he don't know the time. Because he ain't thought of the lie yet.
was it
I know it was
long before you called the police or shortly before you called the police?
Once he said Dad help, I called the police 5 minutes later.
Right.
Less than that.
Okay,
Just
so
enough
he's
to rinse him off.
He's
Yep.
upstairs and he says dad help.
Yep.
Lies.
You come upstairs.
Yep.
And what happens when you're upstairs? He's talking to you. He
Yeah.
calls for help.
Yep. He was talking to me. And then he just quit talking to me.
Upstairs?
Yep. He was doing like this.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
Was he standing?
Mm-mm.
Laying down?
Yeah, when he asked me for help, he stood up like this. He was laying down, he pushed up like this, like Dad help.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, let me go see what's wrong with him.
Yeah, because he's weak, malnourished, been stuck in the house. He's not getting any sunlight, any vitamin D, which helps with children's cognitive functions for their development, and it helps with their growth. So yeah, you've been beating on him for years, and his little body finally is giving out on him. That's in a nutshell what happened. Little kids can't take 2 and 3 and 4 years of abuse of this magnitude and live.
What did he use to push up with?
His bed.
His bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he pushed up, and he's like, help.
Help.
So I go up there to help him out, and
Right.
he got some stuff coming out of his mouth. You know what I mean? On my head, I'm thinking this shit all automatically.
Okay.
But because the night before, like I said, I just noticed how big his belly was. And I gave him some water so he could throw it up. If he had anything bad in him. A couple cups of water.
Okay.
I gave about 6, 7 cups. Trying to force him to throw it up.
6 or 7 cups of water to force him to throw. Are you kidding me? A 10-year-old, 6 or 7 cups of water? Like back to back, 6 or 7 cups of water? Are you really? So it seems like you were trying to choke him.
Or anything bad. I don't know if he swallowed his fork or
Huh?
what he did.
Swallowed
So I'm like,
swallowed his
fork?
Yeah, that he was outrageous.
Okay.
Or what he would have done.
What? I know y'all can't see me. I'm rubbing my head right now. A 10-year-old child a human being swallowing a fork. I think that's pretty concerning that he swallowed a fork. And even if the fork got down his esophagus, swallowing metal with sharp edges is probably a problem. And he probably needs to go to the doctor. But your dumb ass, oh, I think he swallowed his fork. I didn't know. So I'm going to give him a bunch of water and see if he threw the fork back up. What? Like, what? Woo!
And I don't know. Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
get showered, you see him 1 minute, next minute you see him got a belly way out here. You're like,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
No, we
So
don't
what I
know.
do immediately,
Uh.
I try to get him some water to flush it out.
Right.
And
So we're back to where he's calling for help and he's used his bed to push himself up.
yep.
Okay. What happens next?
So I ran up there and grabbed him.
Right.
And then I rinsed him off.
Did he walk down the steps? Did you carry
Kind
him?
of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
Tell me how you guys came down the steps.
I'm holding him like this.
Is he in front of you, behind you, or next to you?
He in front and on the side, like a little bit, because the stairs is narrow.
Okay. So
Okay.
where are your arms?
My arm's right here. This is where he at, right
I
here.
get that, but how are you under him or on top of him or how are you?
Under him.
So you
You're
were
under
holding
his
him.
arm?
Yep, trying to hold him up.
Okay.
Yep,
And he's walking?
slightly.
So that means
Not
no.
much.
So are you
I'm basically doing all the work.
Right.
you dragging his feet along or you got him up off the steps? What do you?
Yeah, I drag him a little bit,
Okay.
just to, you know what I mean, to hurry up, because I'm trying to assess the situation.
Right.
So,
And he's still talking?
no, not much. So but he's still moving. His eyes is looking at me. He's doing his normal thing.
His eyes are looking at you?
Mhm.
Okay, what's
Right.
his normal thing?
Just the freak out that I was telling you about, the freak show.
Okay.
You
Right.
know what I mean? But it's only happens when he's all out of options.
Did he have his
He's in
clothes?
trouble.
Did he have clothes on?
Did he have clothes on at the time?
Yeah. What was he wearing?
No, he didn't have no clothes on. And the reason I didn't give him no clothes
Come
is
on.
because if I give him clothes,
Right.
he's gonna spoil them right away. We're not talking about a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old. This man is 11.
Again, you're referring to him as a man and he's 11. So he's not a child. He's a man, according to you. This is just a way to justify this behavior. Because, I mean, if I torture and harass a man and not a child, that's a little bit less worse. Because he's 11, he's grown. He's a grown man. And I don't have to humanize him as a child. I don't have any sympathy for him being a child. He's grown. He's 11. He's a man. So, yeah, he got to suffer these consequences.
Well, would have been 11 in a couple of days. So we talking big shit. I mean,
You dumbass. If his birthday's on the 28th and today's date, the date of this video was the 13th, it's more than a couple of days. I can see math wasn't your strong suit in school.
he can pile up, eat as much as he wants, and save it for about a couple of days, and then just explode, boom, everywhere.
Wait a
Yeah, just
minute.
we talking big shit. I mean, he can pile up, eat as much as he wants, and save it for about a couple of days, and then just explode. Boom.
Who? So your son will eat feces for days and days and days on end, and apparently hold it, I guess, and then will it will repoop it. I feel like we've watched some horror movies, probably the Human Centipede, maybe, and this is where this foolishness is coming from. I'm not sure, but this makes literally no sense to me. But whatever, let's continue.
Boom, everywhere.
Right.
You just smell it, and it comes dripping down the stairs like butter, melting.
So you're carrying him down the stairs,
Yeah.
and then what happened?
Okay, so I was gonna call 911. I
Lies.
started to call him. I said, let me check him out. Make
Lies.
sure he not faking me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I
No.
wasn't sure if he was faking me or not. It's like,
What
seriously.
were you calling 911 for? Because
was
you
just
said it
fine.
was normal.
How is he faking if he's got stuff coming out of his mouth and looks like you were demonstrating that he was having a seizure? And he called you upstairs for help, and he needed to be he had to prop himself up off of the bed, but you wanted to make sure that he wasn't faking. This was fake to you.
Now, the reason I was going to call 911 is because, you know, he been throwing up and like I said,
When did he start throwing up?
when did he throw up?
Yeah.
When remember when I told you he pushed off his bed and I checked on him, I seen throw up come out of his mouth?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure before I wasted the authorities' time that he was not playing around. So I'm like, you know, it is normal. You get me?
Okay.
Because usually I could be like, you stop right now. I mean, like right now, or really not scare him, or I'll just be like, maybe I'll take your dinner away tomorrow. Wouldn't do that, but as a dad, I gotta come up with something to try to make a person think that you're serious. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Also, starving him is the way to make him think that you're serious. You know, if you act up, you're not going to eat dinner tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay. So we're not going to, take away video games, or we probably didn't have them anyway. It's probably the only thing that the only good thing that was in his life was food. So, whenever he got it. So,
So he's like, all right, so yeah, now he's doing this. So and then I realized his eyes didn't look too good. I get on the phone.
What did his eyes look like?
His eyes looked like it just looked low, and it had a little red right here.
yeah, because he was done.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? On a regular, he squints them like that sometimes too. So I wasn't sure.
So I think earlier you said, did you get him down the stairs? And then after he's down the stairs, what happened?
Put him in the shower. Not the shower, but I laid him in the bathtub.
Okay.
Right. When you
Like I said, he's still doing this. I'm mainly trying to get the throw up off of him again. You know what I mean? All right, it smelled awful. So I'm trying to get it off of him. And I realized that something ain't look right. So I called 911. And I took him out the bathtub. And from there, I did everything that dispatch said to try to save my child. He did start breathing again. He was looking at me for a second again. When the EMS got there, they told me to leave out. And I heard her say that he wasn't breathing again.
Yeah.
Then a couple minutes later, I heard her say he got his breath back. And then, and that was it.
So you got him out of the bath, and where did you put him?
I laid him on the living room floor behind the couch.
Okay. And you're doing what dispatch is telling you?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened? What did he do as he was laying there and you're giving him CPR?
What was he doing? He wasn't doing anything.
Was he breathing?
Barely.
Was anything coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, air.
Air?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was breathing kind of slowly.
Okay. Nothing else is coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, he started throwing up again.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I did was I tried to lay him on the side, the clearest passageway.
Okay. Where was he throwing up at? On the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's in that blankets.
Okay.
And in by that jacket and the blankets where he packed that evidence up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you lay him on a blanket?
Uh-uh.
He was just laying on the floor?
Yeah. I was freaking out at this point. I'm trying to get some clothes on him and get him right. You know?
Yeah, I had to get him right before the police came. I done took this shit too far. I took it too far, and now they're gonna know exactly what I did to him. How am I gonna explain a naked 10-year-old non-breathing with bruises and marks all over his body? I can't explain this shit. So I got to go and put some clothes on him, clean him off, make it seem like this is something that's out the blue. This is some sort of acute illness that came on him. If I let him come over and he looking like this, they're gonna know I did this. So I got to cover my tracks.
You know what I mean?
And this is why you're on the phone with dispatch?
Yes.
You're trying to get him dressed?
Of course.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I mean, so he can't go out the house butt ass naked. It's wintertime.
Oh,
I mean, in my mind, I think I'm doing everything right. This doesn't happen every day.
Okay. So
no,
how
you're
did
right.
the
It don't happen
girl
every
get on
day.
the blanket and stuff?
How did the throw up get on the blanket?
Yeah.
He might have been close enough to throw up on it. I don't know. Or it might have slid across the floor, maybe the blanket. You know what I mean?
Well, you're the one that told me it was on the
Yeah, that's what I'm
blanket.
saying. I'm walking back and forth, so maybe we scooped it on there somehow, or I'm not really
Lies.
sure how we got there, to be
So
honest.
how do you know it's there?
I kind of see it. I kind of seen it a little bit. I'm not even 100% sure. Maybe I didn't. I told you it's been 3 days.
Okay.
Maybe I did, maybe
It
I
was
didn't.
magic. Magic
But one
wand.
thing I do know, I believe
Come on.
I seen throw up on the edge of this white blanket. That's what I'm seeing in my head right now.
Okay. Was there throw up on the floor?
Yes, plenty of it. A
Plenty
lot.
of it?
I mean, it must.
And it was there when the medics got there and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And, how long did it take the police to get back when the medics got there?
The police is already here.
Police was already there?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I try to cooperate with them and everything. Am I only one being charged here?
I don't think anybody's been charged yet.
Okay, I'm just asking. I
Okay.
don't know what's going
Oh, yeah, because you got to worry about you. Maybe worry about your pretty face. And one of them 2 white holes, one of them 2 bitches, they gonna get charged too, because they was complicit in the crime as well. So I'm just trying to see what's happening. Am I getting charged? Now I'm telling y'all all these inconsistent stories. So am I the only person being blamed for this?
on. You hear me?
Yep. So then the medics take him away and that's the last thing you know.
And I'm in jail.
I'm sorry?
I said, yes, ma'am. Then I'm in jail.
Well, you
You've been to
belong.
jail?
This is jail. I mean, I was in that back room back there.
Right, but you've not been to jail.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I'm sitting back there. The whole time I'm just thinking my son gonna be all right, because I mean they put him in the back of the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking he's gonna be all right. And I ain't gonna lie, this is another thing I want to say. When I went to give him CPR and I was taking it, whatever it was, out his mouth, it smelled so rotten, so awful. That's why I'm still kind of curious. Like,
Did you give him the breath? Like over his mouth? Were you giving him his breath?
his breath.
His breath, like when you do
Yeah.
CPR, you're supposed to breathe into their mouth?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was giving him his breath, and I gave him 12 pumps on the chest and gave him some more. But like I said, I had met when the ambulance got there.
So when you said that you checked his body again after this morning's incident and putting him in the bath, and then you sent him upstairs for a little bit, and then you said that you were gonna wait a little bit and check his body again. Did you ever check his body again?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because he asked me for help. I had a certain time that I was going to do it. Like I said, I was trying to settle down a little bit, and you know what I mean?
What were you trying to settle down from?
It's just stressful every day when you deal with that for 8 years, and you got a very handsome child that can't go to school, can't have no friends, can't do right, you know, just want to embarrass at all points.
Who else was home today when this was all going on?
Nobody that I was aware of. The house is
Nobody's
pretty
been home
big.
all day?
Mm-mm.
The house is pretty big?
Yeah, nobody that I was aware of was home.
Okay, so you didn't see Josiah?
Mm-mm. I seen Josiah when he came back with Amanda.
Okay, but you didn't see him before he
Not
left?
this morning, no.
Were you sleeping?
Mm-mm.
House isn't that big. I
Nah.
was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wasn't sleeping.
Okay, so we know
Right,
that
I'm aware
Josiah
of it.
wasn't upstairs, right?
Right, nah. Mm-mm.
Okay.
He wasn't.
Does he have access to the basement?
Josiah?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so he would have been on that main floor.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
But he'd be so quiet. He ain't a loud child.
Okay.
He's
And Amanda wasn't there?
mm-mm, not that I'm aware of.
So he's not a loud child, but you said that he was upstairs. He's up all times of day and night, yelling, screaming, singing, dancing, knocking himself up against the wall, throwing himself out the window, harming himself, plunging his booty with a chair, threatening people, bullying people, but he's quiet. Pick a side, bruh.
Been sitting there so long. me and Jenny never talked.
Why not?
Just because there ain't no drama. That's like my girlfriend's sister, so try to keep it short.
She
Yeah.
lives with you, she helps take care of your children, right?
Yeah, but still,
She cooks for you guys
sometimes,
sometimes?
yeah,
Okay. But you don't talk to her.
not much. Mm-mm.
So you don't know if she's there or not. You don't know if Amanda's there or not. You don't know if Josiah's there or not.
Nope. All I know is that I went when he called for help.
No, I'm talking about first thing this morning, 6 o'clock, when you took.
I would imagine they probably would have been, but
You
I
share that with Amanda?
yeah, but I ain't sleep on it. I ain't go to bed. I hadn't been to bed.
Okay. So where have you been?
We're about to sit on the couch,
Sitting on the couch.
watching. It's like a 24-hour watch. It only take them a second. The flip down the stairs over the rail. I mean, not nothing small.
Do you watch him on the camera?
I was, yes.
I submit to you the idea that you threw him down the stairs. He didn't just flip himself down the stairs. You threw him down the stairs. And so if you have a camera on him 24/7, then how is it you don't know what he's doing upstairs? How is it you don't know? Even though you have a camera on him.
Okay. How come we couldn't see that view of the camera when we were there?
Because it didn't happen.
That I don't know.
Did you disconnect the camera?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Nah,
It wasn't unplugged?
the man was right there with me the whole time.
Well, I mean, we weren't there the whole time.
No, I'm not
Come on.
following you.
Did you unplug it before you called the police?
No.
No?
Lie straight.
It's just odd to me that we couldn't see that view that you keep.
It works sometimes. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't.
It's a 24-hour job.
Right. But
Right.
like I said,
Right.
sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't. I do.
Oh, sometimes the camera works and sometimes it don't. So it works when you're not whooping his ass, and then it doesn't work when you are whooping his ass. Is that what it is? When it's time to beat him down, you cut the camera off. But any other time it's on. If you don't sit your ugly ass
Do
down.
the best I can. I can't keep functioning for 24 hours on the regular.
So, and you said you don't ever lock those doors.
Nah, not at night. Only when I'm putting the dog up there, or I bring one of my outside dogs in or something like that. That's the only time.
When Dakota's up there, do you ever lock the door? Okay.
Lie.
What room, where in the attic where's Dakota's room?
Well, look, it used to be in the back area, the biggest part.
Okay.
So we jumped off board. So we jumped out the window.
So you're talking about upstairs in the attic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so where's his room at now?
It was still in the attic, but just the smaller portion.
Okay. Where is his bed at then, upstairs?
His bed.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning I put it in that back area, so he won't on it. Maybe he'll have something clean to lay down in.
Okay, so do you lock that area once you put his bed back there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where it was today then?
Yeah.
Back in that area locked?
Yeah. Because look, that'd just be another thing for him to hurt himself on.
But he was already on the bed, remember? Because he called to you and you went upstairs. He was plunging himself, according to you, and then he tried to boost himself up off of the bed. So if he was rooting in his own waist, then it had to be on the bed. Like, some people need to commit no type of crimes, man. Like, you didn't think this through at all. This is ridiculous. This is the dumbest crap, one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
The area ain't that big. He would just go, I'm gonna flip off the bed and crack my nugget, and then I'll be here regardless.
So you lock that back area?
Like that. Yes.
And the attic. So the attic's kind of like split up. You have the area where like the stairs are, and then you have that like back room where there's like a blanket hanging from the door
Right.
and a door and a lock. Right. Okay. And so
It used
every
to-
day
it
you
used to
take
be
your
all-
bed from the big area into the small area.
Yeah.
And you throw it in there
Yeah.
and you lock the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it used to be all one, so you put that door and lock in there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because for safety, yeah. That's the measures. I had to board up. If you can't look, I boarded up all the windows in the room just to keep her from jumping out the window. Yeah.
Okay.
Lies.
So when he was calling for help, where was he? In the big area by the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I heard him say, "Dad, Dad," straight up there.
And he pushed himself up off of his bed.
Yeah.
All right. And then you helped him down the stairs
Mm-hmm.
and you put him in the bath
Mm-hmm.
and you took him out of the bath.
Mm-hmm.
And what'd you do with the water that was in the bathtub?
Left it in there.
You left it in there?
Yeah.
Did you leave a cigarette butt in there too?
Possibly.
A cigarette
And
butt.
then so you laid him on the floor there in the living room behind the couch,
Mhm.
and he's throwing up.
Mm-hmm.
So this boy is covered in feces, throwing up. Seems like he's seizing as well. You put him in the tub to wash himself off. So you have dirty water with a cigarette butt in it, might I add. And when you take him out the tub and you leave the dirty water in there. Ah, okay.
What clothes did you put on him?
Gray, tan pants, a black t-shirt.
And where are the rest of his clothes?
He stripped them all, ripped them all. That's how bad it was. If I send him to school, they called me saying he don't have a hood. His jacket is ripped in half. I got a price tag. I just went out and bought the jacket a day ago.
But he hasn't been to school in 2 years.
Right, but I'm talking about this is his norm. So I mean, so he has other clothes. I mean, from his school year, because he obviously didn't wear the same thing every day.
Okay.
So he had other clothes and other clothes and other clothes, but it got to the point where I just let him get his shorts and his t-shirt because he never went nowhere.
So when you went upstairs to get him, he was naked.
Yeah,
So he just sits upstairs naked all day?
sometimes, yeah,
Why?
Right.
because he on himself and it is giving him a rash. My kids soak it down so good. I'm not exaggerating, man. Sometimes I go up there and I think I'm in the Pacific Ocean. How? I don't know. Can one get so much water? I mean, I monitor his water too. I hadn't given him more than he can bear or anything like that. You know what I mean? I try to give him enough to stay hydrated. And
You gave him 6 or 7 cups of water trying to make him vomit. For a 10-year-old, that's a lot of freaking water. That's a lot of water. So, and then you leave him in the room for hours and hours and hours on end. Where's the water supposed to go? Where's the urine supposed to go? Again, it does not magically become cotton candy.
Okay. So these injuries that he has, they just appeared or?
no, he had him over time. I mean, but what was I supposed to do?
Take him to the doctor?
Huh?
But look, here, I always assessed him. I always checked him and made sure nothing was broken or too far bad in my eyes. I mean, because at the same time, you got to understand this. I done had social services at my house maybe 40, 50 times. I done had, you know what I mean? So
No.
for me to bring him to the doctor, like, oh, he cracked his nugget again. And social services already told me the only way they're going to take him is if they charge me with something like neglect or it's not, I can't do this. Can y'all please help me?
So your story, I just want to go back to this too. You said this morning, first thing this morning, I think you said around 6 a.m. on the camera, you noticed he was playing himself, I think was your word.
Yeah,
So he is,
but I wasn't quite sure because the light was off.
Okay, so like, there was like a yellow stool thing, is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
He
so,
must have snapped it off, because last time I checked, it was still connected inside of the thing.
I'm sorry, what?
It was still connected inside of the stool.
What do you mean?
The wood piece.
Come on.
The wooden piece was,
Still connected.
who said anything about the wooden piece not being connected?
Who said anything about it not being connected?
You said that he must have snapped it off,
Yeah, he did it. Had to. 'Cause
When?
I noticed that this morning.
and that's what he was plunging?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe what you mean by plunging to me?
All right, so look,
Come on.
he had a chair like this.
Uh-huh.
You take the back off.
Mhm.
That's gonna sit flat on the ground.
Okay,
And I seen him going like this. You hear me? I wasn't telling it. I wasn't
so
able
he's
to tell.
putting the chair leg in his
Yeah.
butt,
Yeah.
that's what you're saying he's doing?
Yeah.
You are
but
such
here's
a
the thing, I
liar.
wasn't able to tell if that's what he was doing or if he was just taking another. Because every night he'll get up and do stuff like this. And just, slam it and scream, ah, you know what I mean? Now I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I gotta work. You only do it on the days that I gotta work the most.
Where do you work?
You gotta work. But I thought you was watching him 24/7 and you can't get health insurance, but now you got a job. Oh, okay. Now we got a job.
Whenever I did work, whenever I can, I try to go to the temp service leg work, but I can't never work there that often because
Oh, he's a temp, so he doesn't have a job. Gotcha.
of the anxiety, stress. I mean, I'm trying to hold it together.
Right.
But
So this morning at 6 a.m. you see him, and I'm using your words, plunging on this chair.
not quite sure. I seen close to it, and that's what it looked like to me. It
Did
just
you
looked
see
like
him do this before?
yeah, but usually with his fingers and he tried a couple of toys one time. I told social services, I mean, they like you can't stop him from being gay or
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So you think,
oh, that's how you told social services. You told him that it was a gay thing. Gotcha. It's a gay thing because homosexuals love screwing themselves with a chair leg at 10. Ah, uh-huh. Right.
think he's doing this because he's gay?
I'm not sure if he wanted to hurt his. I know he like to hurt himself every day. It's a combination. I don't know.
And so then later on you said something about the tarp being up his butt?
But it's hard for me up his butt.
You said
No.
he pulled it out and he was squirting blood?
Yeah.
The tarp?
On the tarp. No, he pulled the stick out. Or whatever, the stool piece. He pulled it out of
So you did see it in it?
Yes. The second time
Okay,
I came upstairs. Because like I said, the first time I'm just watching him. I'm not sure. I'm
okay.
just trying to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He do it for a little bit, then he stopped. It was all good. And then
You didn't go up and check on him that time?
But you said he normally does it. You said this, he does weird stuff like this all the time.
because he got himself together quick. So
But at that point you knew he didn't poop because you said he would throw it if he pooped.
not all the time. We don't do the
Okay.
same thing every day.
But you didn't see poop from the camera?
Nah, I can't see it on the camera.
Okay,
Of course
So
not.
so I had to go up there and check, of course.
Right.
but you didn't go up and check the first time, you waited till the second time?
Right. Yeah, because I didn't want to. If somebody was home, I didn't want to wake the house up or
What?
cause more chaos. You know what I mean?
Where would everybody be?
My dog.
But if he is screaming and yelling and throwing feces against the wall, singing and dancing and peeing and pooping, shouldn't the house be awake? If he's doing this all night long, shouldn't everybody be awake? But you see him do this after you haven't slept for 3 whole days. You see him do this and you're concerned not to wake up everybody. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
My dog get to working. My girl work. Jenny go for walks.
What time's your girl work?
Evening, morning, it varies sometimes.
It varies, it's not in the evening only.
Lately it's been, but it varies sometimes. So,
Okay.
like I said, I didn't want to be a hassle that early in the morning. Like I said, I haven't been to sleep, so I got to try to stay calm. You know what I mean?
Right.
As I can, and deal with the situation again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I go up there.
In the attic?
Yep.
Is there a light up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had TVs up there, all that. It was a room. But he screwed up.
But that's not what.
So he had TVs and all the amenities he wanted upstairs. However, you locked his bed up and he was in the room naked and he was being destructive and beating, destroying things but he had TVs upstairs. He didn't destroy the TV. He didn't do that. Uh.
What it is today.
Uh-uh.
Today it's an empty room with a broken stool and a bucket.
Right. But it usually be his bedroom. Like I said, I open it up at night. I bring his bed out and bring his tarp out.
And by his bed, you mean like a green lawn chair?
I had to go with that route because you got to understand as a parent when you got an 11-year-old pissing and shitting on that thing every day. What are you supposed to do? Put a mattress?
I'm just making sure that that's the bed that you're talking about.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
the green cotton lawn chair looking.
Yeah. And the reason
So his bed was a lawn chair. So you didn't even give him a bed.
Did you put it in the other room then?
you said when?
Yeah.
This morning. Well, a little bit.
Huh?
Yeah, about mid-morning.
Come on. Mid-morning.
Probably after I went and checked on him the first time, yeah.
So you
No.
Come on.
Yeah, second time after
Come on.
I went and checked on him. I'm like, we gotta get this up. And I'm just looking over. He's responsive at the time. Like I said, he responsive. So I'm like, let me just get this out the way so we don't trip or get hurt.
Right.
And I get him downstairs immediately.
Uh-huh.
So you talk about these outbursts that he has all the time, 24/7. It sounds like, right? Keeping you up at night. He's being defiant. He's having these outbursts or this acting out. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have any of that on video that you could show us? What you mean by that?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Because it would be so embarrassing for me to be walking around with that in my phone. Like I loan my phone to my friends and stuff.
Oh. So you don't have any documented proof that he's been doing all of these crazy things, beating himself, shitting on himself, pissing on himself, throwing himself down the stairs. You would think, since you were so concerned that, my people would think that you did something wrong, which is why you had to put on clothes, and you have a camera on him, according to you, but you think, oh, I don't want anyone to see this behavior, even though I am videotaping it and I need to document it to make sure that I don't get blamed. But I don't know. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Again, I submit to you the idea that he didn't record any of that because he didn't want anybody to see the evidence of him abusing his child.
Like, what would they think of that?
But you're an abusive ass.
Earlier you said that you've been telling people about these outbursts. You've been telling all these people about his crazy behavior. All this stuff you do. Who do you tell?
Well, CPS, only the 30, 40 times they came to my house, they never found me to be an unfit parent or, you know what I mean? Or,
Who else have you been telling?
And the police, the last time I called the police.
So those are the only people that you're telling that are so outlandish and crazy?
Yup.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm an adopted child. I don't have any other siblings real close to me that I can be like, you know what I mean? Share that personal level with. I had a couple friends that I tell, like, you know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, because I even asked a friend, like, Well, we make a child.
So you did talk to a friend about this.
Yeah.
Who's that? What friend did you talk to?
My friend John.
John what?
I don't know his last
Of
name.
course
I
not.
just know he used to live in.
Of course not. They never know their friend's last name. Never. You don't know nothing about nobody. You just know his name is John. And we've been friends since childhood, but I don't know his last name. I don't know his name. Another magical friend. Another magical friend.
Dating probably about 3 months ago.
So he's a personal friend that you can confide your business about what your kid's doing, but you don't know his last name.
Nah, you know how it be.
No.
We just hang out often.
What's his phone number?
I don't know it.
How do you get in touch with him?
I don't talk to him no more. We ain't friends.
3 months ago, how did you get in
Oh.
touch with him?
3 months ago, I would just go to the area he hang out in.
His name
Oh.
is John.
Yeah.
What's John?
So you would just go to the area where he hangs out at, and just so happens you see him. But you can't contact him. You don't know his phone number. You don't know his last name. You don't know anything. But you just know in the general area about where he hangs. Okay. All right.
John look like?
Light skin, long braids,
What's his street name?
skinny black.
Skinny black.
That's the street name or that's the description of him?
That's his name, skinny black.
Skinny black, all right.
Mhm.
Where does he hang out at?
I don't know where he hangs out currently, but
Where was he hanging out 3 months ago?
I used to just see him at the bus stop by Salem, and we'd kick it, drink,
Which bus stop on Salem?
close to Walgreens. And we just drink beers and stuff.
At the bus stop?
How often do you drink?
Every other day.
Every day.
What do you drink? What's your drink choice?
Coke 45.
Okay. How much
Coke
do you drink?
45.
Maybe 1 or 2 a day. I mean, 1 or 2 every other day.
Yeah, you're right.
Not that much.
Yep, you're right. 1 or 2 a day. You're an alcoholic. That makes perfect sense.
Any drugs?
Mm.
Marijuana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But recreational only and religious.
What religion?
Rasta.
Um,
There's a tablet in the bathroom. I think it has a code. What's the code to the tablet?
The code to the tablet, I don't know. It changed so much. It's not my tablet.
Who is it?
It's my girl's.
Amanda?
Yeah.
Do you have a phone?
Yes, I do.
when did you Google about him eating his feces?
I can't remember.
Recently? Last couple weeks?
That's been a good while. Yeah, because I tried to check in on it like a long time ago.
So when
And
did,
I first realized that's what he was doing, but he never did it. He was at one point like he would just spread it around. He would never, eat it like every day.
What?
He would eat every day like he's.
so when did he stop breathing?
He stopped breathing after I laid him down, and he's still moving and talking
Huh?
a little bit. You know what I mean?
No.
And right, just say dad. I'm like, okay, that was it.
Are
Went
you on the
down.
phone with 911 at this point or no?
I got on the phone with 911 after I got him out the bed. So yeah,
Okay, so then when you laid him on the floor,
he
you
was
would have
still
been on,
breathing. Yeah, he was still.
you would, when he said dad, he's laying on the floor, you would have been on the phone with 911?
I went up there to see what was wrong with him.
What?
This is before I don't know what's wrong with him.
Wait. We've gotten him out the tub. And he's on the floor, and you were doing chest compressions because he wasn't breathing. So now we're back upstairs. This must be one of those like loops in time or something. Like, I don't get it.
Oh, I thought, 5 seconds ago, I thought you just said you got him out of the bath and you laid him on the floor. I had asked you when he
Yeah.
stopped breathing. and you said that he said dad, so he was still breathing.
Nah, he won't. He was still breathing, but he didn't say dad then. He was just,
Pick
a
a
little
side.
coherent. That's why he was just a little.
So why did you start CPR?
Why? Because as I'm on the phone with the ambulance, she told me to check for a pulse, and it stopped. And that's when I started CPR.
These last
So
child.
he stopped breathing while you were on the phone with 911.
Yes, ma'am.
So what did you tell 911 when they originally answered the call?
No, I can't remember. I'm thinking I'm telling him my son is unresponsive and he's not breathing.
But he was breathing. And he was responsive.
It was off and on. It wasn't enough. You get what I'm saying?
No.
It wasn't enough. He's still breathing.
Did you call 911 immediately or did you wait a little bit?
No, immediately.
And nobody was home when you called 911?
Not that I'm aware of, no, ma'am. Like I said, I've been up for 3 days. I barely made people who be in that house around me like this. I don't pay attention to it much. Only concern I'll be worried about is if he about to crack his head open again.
Right.
That's my only concern. Yeah, that is my only concern. I promise you, mama. And look, this is what I was trying to tell you. He did his leg like this on the stairs on there. Boom, right? Okay. Both of them. Boom, right? Okay. So I've been checking on him, right? This is over a course, 3-day period.
Right.
And every day I'm checking his wounds. He got packed with feces.
Packed with feces.
Was it packed with feces today?
Today? No.
No.
Not that I know of, no.
Right.
So they were packed with feces yesterday?
And the day before that. And the day before that.
Oh.
And the day before that.
I wonder why you didn't get to do that today.
We clean it every day. Yeah, I wonder too. I don't know what happened. I'm still shocked. I'm telling you, I don't know. And he's like, he didn't make it. I'm like, wow, are you serious? How? Like, what would kill him?
You.
I don't know.
So we're here to find out from you.
I didn't think that, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What would kill him? I don't know. I really don't. That's what I was trying to tell
I can be a
officers,
detective.
like, I really did not do this. I really did not do
At what
this.
point did you dress him? Did you dress him before or after you called 911?
I dressed him before.
Okay. So you get him out of the bathtub, he's laying there. He's not really doing much.
Yeah, just little, just little movements and little eye movements. I'm like, put your clothes on. I'm helping him put his clothes on. Put his clothes on. And once I laid back after that again, it was bad. All I know is I opened his mouth to give him CPR and I smelled the worst thing ever. And I started gagging. Then I'm trying to clean his face off and get right back to it.
So at what point you go upstairs to get him after he called out to you? Bring him downstairs, put him in the bath. Lay him down on the floor, you get him dressed, call 911. When did you go back upstairs and lock the back part up?
I did that before I even brought him down.
So after he called out for you, you locked it?
Yeah, because he was still looping. Like I just had to get the tarp and the bed out of the way because I realized that I had to carry him. It was in my way.
Okay.
And the closet is right there. So I'm just boom in the closet. That way I don't have to carry him and trip and fall and he hurt again.
I thought the bed and the tarp was already put away.
Sometimes I put it away every morning, every day it gets put away at a certain point.
Okay.
It was still out at this time.
Okay.
So before he calls out for you and you run over there and you throw that stuff in there and lock the door.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because you got to hide the
Anything
evidence.
else that you can think of that would have caused these injuries that kill him? No.
besides him skydiving off that banister, I do not.
Skydiving off that banister?
Pretty much.
He
Oh, banister.
skydived.
You know how it's a railing right there in that room? I mean, in the in his bedroom, you know how it's a rail
Mhm.
going across? He climb it and jump, flip, roll, smack, all the time now. It wouldn't matter if I had him downstairs, upstairs, or around the corner. He will always find a way. He tried to jump out my car before.
Trying to escape.
So he stopped breathing once you were on the phone with 911. And they gave you directions on CPR?
Yeah, I set my hands down his throat, try to clear out his airway.
Got that really bad smell.
Yeah.
All right, stay still for a minute. We'll be back. That water's yours.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Like I said, I truly don't believe them girls did nothing to hurt him.
You don't think those girls did anything to hurt him?
I would like to think not. I don't think so. I believe my child would have told me.
Okay.
But me knowing his actions and seeing him every day, I mean, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Hey, real quick, do you have your phone? Do you know where it is?
I might be in my truck.
In your truck?
Yeah.
When did you put it there?
I just lose it. I just leave it every day or lose it somewhere every day.
Well, where did you call 911 from?
My phone. Oh, yeah. I did. I used my
Yeah.
phone to call 911.
Uh-huh.
And,
Get your butt straight now.
Where did I have it? I don't know what I did with it. I was running around the house, freaking out, you know what I mean? After I got off the phone with him, I knew the officer was gonna be there and everything like that. Like I said, I don't know where I set it in the blink of an eye.
Did you put it in your truck?
I don't think so. No, I wouldn't have did that. That don't make no sense. I wouldn't have ran outside and put it in my truck with my child in there. No, man.
Okay. We were looking at your history. It looks like you had a couple, you've got a couple things going on.
All the small stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like the child endangering. What was that?
My child was, I went to my baby mama house. I ain't even had custody of kids. I went to sleep at night at my baby mother house. Our kids was 3 and 4 years old. And one of them unlocked the door and went outside. And they was in their diapers playing in the front yard. And that's what it was about. My mom took the kids for a day or two and gave them right back to me.
Okay.
Also,
There's
there's a
one in
pattern
here
of
too
in
for
the
strangulation.
That was on a guy. That it was an even match. He attacked me and I defended myself. I'm not a violent person. I just defended myself.
lies.
And the guy actually came to court and told the truth and spoke on my behalf. Everything else was just driving and nothing.
So where is your older child?
My son Khalil,
Yeah.
he's staying Seattle, Washington.
With who?
His mom,
Okay. What's his mom's name?
Paris.
Paris?
Mm-hmm.
Paris Collins.
Yep.
Did you ever talk to her?
She had him. She took the photo for me for a little bit. And that's about it. She did that. And that's it.
Translation. I don't have any contact with either of them motherfuckers. I don't have no contact with any of them because I can't exert any control over them. So of course I don't have any contact with them. Another deadbeat Dusty.
Has he been anywhere, like, has he been to visit her anytime in the last couple of years?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Has he been anywhere else, like outside of Dayton?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, he been I want to say maybe one time or two times after I left the state. He probably stayed in my girlfriend's mom's house, but she watched me for about a day or two and sent it back. That's about it.
Wisconsin?
Oh, Wisconsin, huh?
Okay.
For medical leave.
I think so.
We got one time.
Huh?
We get one time for the insurance.
And my mother's name is Tanika Nicholas.
Your mom?
Yeah, 'cause she might want to know about JoJo.
Tamika Nichols?
Mm-hmm. Live in Nashville.
I do not have that. But while I got you here, would you be willing to consent to DNA? Giving us a DNA standard?
What do you want my DNA for? Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's
I mean, I give y'all legal consent. I've been cooperating the whole time.
Right.
I mean, I snapped out when they told me my child was dead. I just don't believe it. I don't feel like they're trying to put that on me.
I'm gonna have you
It's
take
on
those
you.
out and just rub them around your cheeks and stick them back in.
Just pertaining to that crime.
Yeah, fool.
Yep. So I'm trying to understand these marshmallow around.
Like I said, every day.
He can't do that on his own.
Every day. Oh, he slams back. He runs, he jumps, and wherever land, and he lands. I mean it. Or, you know what do you do? Excuse me, if you could just pay attention for a second. You know how you got that rail right here by your stairway?
Mhm.
Boom. That's what he do today. Boom. Hard as he can, just fall out.
Why?
I don't know why. I never understood it. It's all in that. All because he didn't get his way every time that he wanted it. It didn't take much to make him upset. You know, he was a bully. He wanted to go back to school, but he didn't understand that he can't go in the classroom and do that and lock the teachers out and get suspended all the time. I mean, I was trying to work back then. I had a job paying $18 an hour.
Oh,
I was working good, and I lost it because of my child.
right.
Because he kept getting suspended.
Mm-hmm.
He kept getting suspended and kicked off the bus, and yeah.
Right. Right.
Well, I think we've talked to the other people here,
Okay.
and
Well, we know you're lying.
your story is not consistent with his injuries
There you
as
go.
theirs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, you ain't thought of the
But
lie
it's your
yet.
chance. Like, I understand if you were frustrated with him at different points because you hadn't slept, or because he would do things that bothered you or disgusted you. Here's your chance to say it. But to blame him on him like he's doing it, when we know that's
the only thing I probably did is spank his bottom or hold him down to keep him from eating this shit. Everything else, I don't know nothing about.
So you spanked his bottom, the very bottom that he's using, he's inserting the stool in, that's squirting blood. So you spank him on that bottom? You spank him there? Okay.
Hot sauce on his butt so it'll burn.
That I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
I know you did.
Yeah.
And why did you do that?
To try to get him to quit cracking on himself.
Right.
Yeah, my daddy did me like that when I was little. I used to suck my thumb. He put some hot sauce on, and I ain't put it in my mouth no more.
So you think putting hot sauce on his butt would make him not poop?
Maybe it burned, because here's the thing: he would try to sit in it for so long to where it built up and just destroyed his skin. A bruise on a wet body that stays wet consistently all the time. I mean, it don't take much.
What?
Like I said, maybe I could have put a couple of injuries on him, trying to keep him from eating his feces at the time, but to just, you know what I mean?
But you said he does it
Go to
anyway.
town on him, or just to beat him randomly. Nah, that never happened.
Right.
Okay, basically this is, medical release just to get his medical history, obviously to see about the time he jumped out the window and
Right.
any other history that there is. So I'm just gonna have you sign here, getting us permission to pull that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It was so wet that it didn't
Signature and
take
then
much.
print. So I need your signature and then I need you to print and date today's date. Today's the 13th. 12, 13, 19. Not here. Okay. What is the,
Like I said,
have you do it again? Just, I think we're needed something more.
so you telling me they said that I'll beat him to death? Is that what they're saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's very inaccurate.
Oh.
When you spank him, what do you spank him with?
My hand.
Your hand, you don't use anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Just your hand?
Yeah. And that's rarely that, because he was thinking so damn bad that if I touch him, that I'm gonna smell for days.
Right.
Nobody in the house wanted to touch him. I mean, Janie was left there with him majority of the time. Mandy was left there with him other times while I'm at work, and it'd be the same way. He just had bruises, and I ain't never asked because I know they didn't beat him. But at the same time, I know what he do. You know?
I thought he took a shower every day.
Yeah.
So if he walks around naked, how's it stink so bad?
You said how?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. It's just stuck on him when you do it so long. I mean, so long, man. I mean, I'll just be sitting on the couch and get the biggest breeze of his urine and his feces, and that's it. I mean, I could take him right out the shower and smell him, and it still be very, very, very strong.
Right.
Unbearable.
Right.
So obviously he drove you crazy.
I wouldn't want to say that.
Well, I mean,
I was
he
on the
irritated
verge.
you. He
I mean,
made you angry. I mean, you sit here and talk about how he stunk.
yeah, I ain't slept in days, but I wouldn't say that. Yeah, at times he did drive me crazy. At times I did not know what I would do, but I would always try to stay level-headed and just see through another day.
But I'm sure there's times that you didn't. And we know you didn't. I mean, in all honesty, we have witnesses, obviously, that were there when you were doing this stuff to him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, these marks that are not self-created.
Yeah, half of them are not. Some of them, like I said, I stank him at times.
What'd you stink him with?
A spatula.
A spatula?
Yeah.
Oh. So you did more than spanked his booty. You went to town on him with a spatula. Oh. Tell on yourself some more.
It was flat. Yeah.
What is this here?
That's a rash. That's from his nastiness. Just a rash. Laying in his piss every day, ate his back up.
No, that's not.
That, I don't know what that is. I thought it was a rash. I've been seeing it for weeks. I actually thought it was a rash.
Maybe you took him to the doctor, you know.
What could I have done to cause that? What causes that?
Him.
Drag him where?
Down
Down the stairs.
No, ma'am.
On the carpet.
No, ma'am. We don't have any carpet. I did not drag him. I mean that. We don't have no carpet. I didn't drag the boy.
Bitch, you said you drug him. You described that you drug him when you were taking him downstairs. You said that you had him, you was holding him, and he was walking minimally, and you were doing most of the work. That's a drag, sir. That's dragging him. You had to drag him down the steps. Like, stop playing.
You didn't see the tear in his butt today, in his anal area?
The chair?
Yeah.
Mhm, the
Big
tear.
I seen it swollen, but I
It's
didn't.
the tiniest day of cut.
You said you saw him on the camera. You said you saw him on the camera at like 6. He was doing it and he stopped. And you went upstairs around 8. He was doing it again. So now you didn't see him do. You just see his butt was swollen. Pick a side.
Yep, the tear.
It's possible.
Did you have to hold him down in the bathtub? Was he fighting you to get out of the bathtub?
Mm-mm. No. No, ma'am. Not at all.
Mhm.
So as nasty as he
Jane
is,
spanked him
you
before.
take him.
Amanda spanked him before. I mean, we all use the same thing. The spatula.
The spatula.
It ain't never been nothing heavy. I just pop him on the butt a couple times, whap, 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 get right. I mean, because he obviously just keep trying to hurt himself.
Get right before what? You started to say.
See, that's the mind games. It's not before what? It's get right before you hurt yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, before you endanger yourself. Like, stop where you're head. I used to always tell them that. Stop where you're head. Just stop.
Translation. I always tell myself to stop while I'm ahead when I'm abusing him. I just stop while you're ahead. You were telling the other the two hoes, stop while we gotta stop while we're ahead. And to this time you couldn't get ahead.
How come I asked you like 2 or 3 times what you spanked him with and you told me your hand and then?
Yeah, usually it would be my hand, but I have used a special. I want to be honest as possible. I really do.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that drag mark, or that you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's what it looks like to me.
Don't know what that is. I'm telling you. Never seen it.
Never.
Besides the fact, when I did see it, I just thought it was a rash.
So all these marks are probably spatula marks? Is that what you're telling me? I mean,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Oh, so all the marks now it's confirmed it's the spatula. So it's not him hitting himself, throwing himself down the stairs, flipping over the banister, jumping out the window. It's none of those things. It's none of those things. It's the spatula that me and them 2 hoes I live with hit him with. I just admitted that I beat him with the spatula, and those marks are from the freaking spatula. What an idiot.
Is that what killed him?
I would say the spatula marks did not. But possibly throwing him around or stepping on him or putting your knee on his chest. Or
And
something
it
along
was
those
only,
lines.
yeah, I did this morning, but it was only to keep him from hurting himself. Like, he didn't want to come off the thing that was in his butt. Like,
Wait a minute. So then you stepped on him and kneed his chest so he couldn't breathe. Huh? That's what you did. He couldn't breathe because your big ass was on his chest. Wow.
he wanted to fight for it. I'm like, I ripped it out and he was still, you know what I mean, aggressive. I'm like, you need to lay down, settle down. He didn't want to lay down. I just had to get him to calm down for a second.
Right.
What did you do to make him calm down?
I just laid him down flat and just, put my knee on his back. I didn't put a lot of pressure on it.
Oh,
I just held it to where he could, you know what I mean?
Make him put his hand behind his back?
Yeah, because just anything to get him to stop. Because I couldn't watch it again. Him eat his shit again.
So he's naked, you pulled this thing out of his butt, which probably hurt. I mean, I'm guessing it hurt him.
It must have. I didn't know at the time. I
Oh.
mean, and I don't do the butt thing. I don't know nothing about it. What hurt was my pride and my feelings. And the fact that he's up there doing it. He know how embarrassing it is. I'm like, what are you doing? Give me that. And that's when it squirted out, miss. And that's when I addressed it right away.
What?
So I'm sure you were embarrassed and pissed.
Nah. Nobody was up. Nobody was there. Nobody was around that I knew of. But usually, that's what I'm saying. Usually it can be, but no, it wasn't at the time.
So you pull it out of his butt and he's still fighting you a little bit. You roll him over and you put your knee on his back, have him put his hands behind his back.
Yep, and I probably spanked him with a spatula a couple times. Yes, ma'am.
This morning too?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, right when he put up the fight for the stick in his ass, I did. Yeah, after I checked on his wound though. Because
okay.
it was my way of telling him, like, don't do that again.
What?
Do not.
So you put him in the bathtub, you check his butt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you get him out and you whoop him?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I didn't want to whoop him right away, not knowing what was going on with his butthole. You know what I mean?
And then you have to go back upstairs?
Yeah.
Did you put hot sauce on him today?
No.
So he goes back upstairs, and then at some point you had thrown his bed into another room. Or was that later? I mean, I'm just trying to be accurate on this.
Yeah, that was. I'm trying to see what X again.
You pull the stick out of his butt. You take him downstairs. You give him a bath, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then you
Nah, the bed.
the spatula.
Nah, the bed was still there.
Okay, at that point it was still there.
Yeah.
So, and then after you hit him with the spatula, what do you do then?
That was it. I walked off.
Did he go upstairs by himself, or what did he do?
No, I did it when he was laying down in the bed.
What?
You know what I mean?
No.
So he gets out of the bath and then goes back up there naked.
Yep. Back in bed. Yes, ma'am.
So he goes up there naked. He doesn't eat or anything like that, and then you go
We
up there.
got him already. He didn't want to eat his food.
Okay. So you go back up there with the spatula and whoop him.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what do you do?
That's it. I go back downstairs and I sit down. And I just watch him to see if he's going to do anything else that can cause more harm than a spanking. And that's what I waited for. And I just sat there and I watched him. And that was it. He didn't do anything. After
there?
that. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
And then at some point he calls you up there again?
Yes, ma'am. Yep. And that's when I went to go check on him. And that's when he that's when it started not looking good.
He didn't look good?
Mm-hmm.
So what did he look like then? He was laying on his bed?
Mm-hmm.
What did he look like?
And he pushed himself up. He was just like that. He just a little alert, a little loopy. You know what I mean? It was a little bit of both. And I decided to get him downstairs, try to wash that throw up out of him, and that's when he started to go away.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you started the water in from when he went down there earlier.
Mm-hmm. And he was in the water going like this, and you know what I mean, shaking and jumping, but I didn't have to hold him down or dunk him in the water. Yeah. So he's laying on his side doing this. I'm thinking he's just putting on the show again. You know what I mean?
No.
He puts on a show like he's having a seizure?
Oh yeah, 24/7.
24/7.
Like this.
Are you sure he's putting on a show? I mean, he has
Yes,
been to the
ma'am.
hospital.
Yes, ma'am. It was not a seizure because look, I can tell him like, stop it right now. And here's the sucker many times, and he would be like, okay, Dad. Thanks for my sucker.
Right.
You know, it was just a show.
Okay.
Okay, so then he goes, you put him in the bathtub and that's not working or whatever. So you get him out, you put him on the floor,
Yeah.
and then you go and get clothes for him.
Now I'm already on the phone with 911 because he seemed like he's in and out of it. So yeah, I'm grabbing his clothes, getting him dressed.
And in the meantime, Amanda's freaking out and saying, I gotta get out of here, you take care of this, I'm going to the store.
Nah. I can't recall her saying that to me. I don't even, like I said, I've been up for 3 days. I don't even know if she was there or not. I
Right.
cannot recall her saying.
Pretty sure you would remember if somebody freaked out because a kid's not responding.
Nah.
I don't know, that's something that even a little bit of missing sleep probably wouldn't really.
Man, it's been 3 days since I've been asleep, man. I'm telling you.
Who cares?
And I can't tell you at this point. I cannot. You want the accurate answers. That's
Yeah, I
what I'm
do.
trying to get you.
And I don't
wanna
have
give
no
you
accurate answer.
nothing I don't know nothing about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I ain't thought of the lie yet.
I have a question though.
What's that?
What is that happened to my child body?
What happened to it?
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do with it?
What you mean?
It's gonna go to the coroner's office.
And they going to cremate him?
What?
Or who has? I have sole custody. So do I have to say so?
Oh, so the reason why you want to know if he's going to be cremated, you don't want them to have an autopsy so they can see all of the bruising, all of the injuries, internal and external. You don't want to see that. So yeah, we need to cremate. We need to hurry up and cremate him before, so nobody can see what I did. But it don't work that way. It only works that way on TV. It don't work that way. When you murder a child, it doesn't work that way. There's not going to be no emergency quick cremation. They're going to try and figure out how does a 10-year-old die? And what causes death of this 10-year-old? Or 11, however old. I think he's 10.
I don't know how it works.
I don't know how that works
I
either.
don't want him to donate his organs or anything like that. They probably already took him by now. Huh?
Well, I mean, I'm sure if, according to you, he is full of feces and urine, I don't think anybody would want his organs anyway, according to you anyway. And God knows what else you made him eat and drink that is toxic. Nobody's going to want toxic organs because you've fed him urine and feces. That's toxic. That kills people. So, yeah, I think that they're safe. But why this is even a concern for you is odd to me. It's odd. Your child just dies, and your concern is, I don't want his organs to be donated. I want him cremated. Or amazing.
No, I don't think so.
It's
Why
trash.
would you want his organs donated?
I just don't believe in it.
Oh,
The
but you
black
believe in
market.
killing though.
But where no one can shop on it but the right people. I just don't believe in it.
Yeah.
He needs to have an autopsy done.
Yeah, so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, to see what caused it, right?
All of his
See how
injuries,
freezer he's inside.
see if it was because he was drowned or because he was hit up against the wall.
Yeah, when I was pumping him, it did sound like he had water in him.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Because you drowned him in the
Woke up
tub.
with it. So I'm thinking
Uh-huh.
last night when I gave him all that water to drink, that get that poop out of his stomach, he could have had it in his lungs then and I didn't know it.
What?
Do you think he had a bunch of water in his?
I did give him a whole bunch of, yes ma'am, I gave him a whole bunch of water because
Today he drowned from it?
I'm thinking so.
Oh.
Because look, I was trying to get the poop out of his stomach. I mean that. I swear to God, I do believe that's what happened. Because look, when I'm hugging my son's chest, I can feel the water. I can hear the water. You hear me?
What?
In his body. And on the phone, I didn't know.
What?
Yeah, he drunk plenty of it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, like I wasn't thinking that he could have died from it. You know what I mean? I was only did it to help him.
Yeah.
Because he looked bad. His stomach was out there here. I'm like, what in the hell did you been doing or what you been eating? Ain't nothing that good in this world to take you from this to that. And drink the water for me, please. He did. And
wasn't defiant about drinking the water?
He said, was he defiant? Not really. He just slammed him down. And he just slammed him down. And he did start to throw up.
So he threw up yesterday?
last night, but not much. This is when I'm giving him the water to
Right.
get him to throw up.
Okay.
He threw up a little bit. And I seen it wasn't no poop in it. Or and I tried to get him to do it again. And
So you kept giving him water.
then he didn't throw up.
Uh-huh.
Well, what did his day look like yesterday? What did you guys do yesterday? Start with yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning, the same. I mean, I just fed him.
You
Checked.
fed him?
Yeah, he had breakfast and I spent some time with him. And I tried to talk to him about his problems and
What?
being a better kid and how he can change. And he's telling me he loved me so much.
Oh,
And,
please.
you know what I mean? And that he's gonna try to do better. And
Right.
you know, we spent a couple hours together.
Right.
And I was there. He had lunch. He had dinner. Think he lay down the whole day. I want to say. He said he probably did.
Uh-huh.
But
Right.
that was pretty much it. I mean, sometimes you can't get on and do nothing. It's just later.
When did the steadiness start where he's walking into walls or stumbling around or whatever you said?
See, that's the thing. I damn near fell asleep. And
Uh-huh.
this shit started about 2 days ago.
Oh.
Started this. Not a matter of fact, yeah, I'd say about 2 days ago we started on that. And I'm just like thought he was playing around. And I mean he didn't look sick. He was
Just tell me about 2 days ago what that day looked like.
same thing. We used to have the norm, big chit chats and counseling sessions, you want to call it, and that's it.
So you were home with him for the past 3 days?
I want to say yeah. And yeah, I think he drank so much water. I'm pretty sure of that.
Well, if he drinks that much water and then he gets in trouble when he pees or poops,
No,
probably not a good thing.
I understand that's kind of double jeopardy,
Mm-hmm.
but I never did this before. I never had him like drink all this water, drink all this water, drink all this water until I seen his belly looking like that. I was
Right. You didn't stop while you were ahead. You normally stop, but while you were ahead and you continued on. You wanted to push it just a little bit further, and his body couldn't take it. This was just a new method, some new torture for you. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna make him drink some water. Something new that you came up with.
concerned. Like maybe you ate too much shit, or maybe you're starting to show.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted him to throw up. I just wanted to know that it wasn't nothing wrong inside of him at the
Right.
time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did. He threw up one time, and that was it.
Did you ever pour salt in his wound? No, just hot sauce?
Yeah,
Just hot sauce.
Never salt.
no. I'll pour salt on the floor upstairs sometimes just to try to get that piss to soak up out the cracks and stuff like that.
Whoa. So your son stays in the attic with open sores with bruising, and you use salt to soak up the urine. He doesn't have a bed because you removed the tarp and you removed the lawn chair he sleeps in. So he has no choice but to sit on the freaking floor. So you have salt on the floor. So he's got open sores with not just feces, not just urine, but now it's salt included in that mixture. Salt. And then you use hot sauce also to put in his wound in his booty to get him to stop, allegedly, according to you. Okay. This will make no sense at all.
But other than that, no, it wasn't no punishment with the salt and nothing like that.
Right.
I ain't put no salt in his water. I ain't did that like that.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it really shocked me today. I'm still shocked. This is gonna be the rest. I'm gonna be in prison for the rest of my life because of this right here. It's my child.
Why are you gonna be in prison?
I mean, I'm the man. I'm the only parent. I'm responsible.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And it's just bad. Like I said, I probably did get in too much water, but I never had intentions on making it cause that. I mean, I was getting fed up as a parent, yeah, but I was not trying to kill my child or hurt my child, molest my child, do anything wrong to my child.
Why did you say molest? That's very interesting that you would just volunteer that you didn't molest your child. So that tells me that you did molest your child.
But get him to use the bathroom
Right.
and the toilet like a normal 11-year-old child.
Right.
And he just didn't want to do it. He would actually do both. Go piss in the toilet and save the big play for upstairs or for when we're watching TV or whatever.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he did a decoy pee.
Can I ask y'all a question? Have y'all dealt with this before or something similar?
What do you mean?
I just need some help right now. Like my child is dead. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking at me like I'm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you hide the stool leg?
No, I just took it away from him. I didn't really hide it.
Where'd you put it?
I remember putting it.
Come on.
I don't know where I put it at.
Right.
To be honest, I probably stuck it behind the dresser, just out of sight, real quick.
Right.
Behind the dresser?
Yeah, somewhere out of sight.
Out of sight of who?
Me and him.
Why out of your sight?
Because it reminded me of where I pulled it out from. That's pretty gross. I didn't want to smell it. I didn't want the baby to get a hold of it. You know what I mean?
Well, it was definitely out of his sight because he was locked upstairs and not allowed to come out. So that wasn't an issue.
Right.
It never that he was not allowed to come out. He just didn't want to come out respectful. You can't come out and shit on yourself right beside somebody and not that you don't want. I mean, that you
So
can't.
he wasn't allowed because he pooped his pants.
Nah, they didn't that he wasn't allowed. Sometimes we put a diaper on him and we kicked it. You know what I mean? He actually had diapers.
He had
Adult diapers and all that. I mean, I'm just trying to teach him a lesson, but not in the physical aspect.
You taught him a lesson.
a permanent lesson.
It took his life. And I am very sorry. I mean that. It kills me. You hear me? To know that water did that, and then my attitude, the way I've been spanking him. I ain't gonna lie, I did get out of control.
Yeah.
At times, but not that often.
We know. That's why he had marks on him. We know you was beating him and it was out of control. We know. But I thought that you didn't do anything. He did it all to himself. Now you did it, and you got out of control sometimes. Oh, okay.
And I thought he would snap back from it. You know what I mean? From his ass whooping. I didn't know that water was gonna do that. I'm believing that's when he started acting funny, right? He had too much. But
I think probably the ass whooping, but
you think so?
yeah.
It killed him?
I knew there were a lot of things that were going on.
Mm-hmm.
The stress.
You stressed him out. Yeah. Being abused for years.
I got a question, man.
Come on.
If I don't know, man. I'm afraid for my life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm hurt that my child is gone.
You're afraid for your life because you know that when you get to the booty house, that they're gonna get your ass because they don't like child killers and child molesters in jail. That's why you're afraid for your life, because you already know what's about to happen. You got to be in PC, or you're going to be in that special part of the jail with the other child killers and molesters. Because your effective life as a whatever you are is over. You're gonna be with all in protective custody with all with the gay dudes that you hate, and with the killers, the baby killers. Otherwise, if you go to Gen Pop, they're going to kill your ass, and you deserve it, all of it. You deserve all of it.
It's unbelievable.
Mhm.
Like I still don't believe right now. He's dead,
Gone,
not coming back.
never.
You're afraid for your life?
Yes, I am.
Your child said, and you're afraid for your life.
I'll be spending the rest of my life in prison. I'm 30 years old. What I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, all because I tried to raise my child the right way and he became defiant and we ran into a situation.
That's not defiance, sir. That's not defiance. This is prolonged and systemic abuse. You've been abusing him for years. This is prolonged physical, emotional, psychological, and sexual abuse. Prolonged for years. And we ran into the situation that you created.
You know what I mean? People knew what he was doing. Yeah, but at the same time, it wasn't for them to do anything about it. It was for me to do something. I feel like I should have really just tried harder on getting him some better counseling.
Yeah. You should have, because you needed it.
But we in Ohio, that's automatic death penalty, ain't it?
Again, why are you so focused on your charges and you're going to be spending the rest of your life in prison and the death penalty? If you didn't already cognizantly know, you were cognizant to know that you were responsible for this child's death.
It is, ain't it?
What are you thinking is death penalty?
They just changed the law.
How do you know this? Why do you know this?
I'm not sure either.
All right, anything else?
Yeah. Is the girls gonna be all right? I mean, I really shouldn't be worried about that at this point, but I just don't want them to get in no type of trouble. You know, they tried to help me so much with taking care of them and, making sure things didn't get out of hand and all that.
Translation: these are my co-defendants, right? And I want to make sure that they're not in any kind of trouble, because I don't want them to feel like they have to testify against me. Because if they're in trouble, they're probably going to offer the girls a deal in order to get me. So I want to make sure that they're not in any trouble, so they don't have anything to offer them for them to testify against me and have my black ass locked up.
I can't talk for the girls yet. I don't think any decisions have been made, so.
But I'm just begging y'all, please, 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 please take into consideration. I did not get my child out of foster care. I fought 4 years for him just to turn around and do him like this. You hear me?
But you did.
I said I moved from North Carolina to Wisconsin. It's over 1,800 miles away, just to make sure that, you know what I mean, I can be a part of my son's life. I've never, ever, ever had intentions on doing this or seeing it going so far.
Right.
I really just thought.
I believe that. I believe that you had no intentions of it going this far. I don't believe that you tried to kill him. I honestly don't believe that was your goal. It was a probable, likely outcome with the amount of abuse that he suffered, but I don't believe that you, in your mind, cognizantly thought, I'm going to kill him. I don't believe it. I believe that you're stupid and you took the shit too far. Because you wanted people like you love torturing people and you wanted to prolong this for as long as possible. So having a dead victim is not the same as having a live victim that you can see them suffer. So yeah, you didn't do it on purpose.
His behind would be all right the next day, and you know, he'll continue with his behaviors.
He was bouncing back.
Mm,
Yeah,
I did grow a little angry when I was thinking this, but
of course you
with
did.
that special,
Uh-huh.
I'm getting life in prison. You know?
You deserve it.
Yeah, because
Strong possibility.
Yeah.
Please, y'all, please don't do it to me.
just hang on real quick, okay?
I'm only 30, please.
Should have thought about that before. Oh, don't cry now.
Go ahead and stand up real quick for me. Face that wall. No, turn around, face me. Okay. No, look at me first. There you go. Take your look. What's your name? Pull it down. Just pretty bad. You can make me some stitches or something. I doubt they're gonna put stitches in there.
Well, you need to.
We'll probably do some jobs. They're gonna go to the hospital. Go ahead and see for me.
You said I am?
Yeah, we're taking the hospital.
From my lip.
Yeah. All right, man. Go stand up. Put your hands on your back. We're gonna take you to the valley. Get you checked out. All right.
Oh.
Then you tell me what I'm being charged with.
Right now, murder and child endangering.
Who?
Yes.
What does murder mean? Like
Murder means you killed your child.
Uh-oh.
Murder
Planned
means-
it?
What's that?
That means I planned it or something?
No, I didn't say you planned it. What I'm saying is that you murdered your son.
Anybody else being charged?
They decided to.
Oh, it's in my head. It's in the inside.
Anything else on you? Just your walk, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
You know my shoes on? Huh?
Sorry.
Do you know my shoes on? Yeah, they're in the other room. We're good.
Just trash. Just absolute utter trash. I don't know. I don't know what happened to my child. I don't know what happened to my child. That boy was so cute. So cute. So anyway, long story short, the coroner's office officially ruled Dakota's death was due to blunt force trauma, compressive asphyxia, and water submersion in the bathtub. He was found with cuts and bruises all over his body, and there was huge amounts of blood spattered all on the wall in the house. Because remember, he's being beaten. So anyway, I just wanted to bring my latest episode of Murder Was the Case. And you know, since I was on mute the entire time last time. But anyway, I'm going to give you some more Murder Was the Case shortly. And I'm also going to talk about some of this YSL, at least the parts of the YSL trial that I understand, because I'm confused. I don't understand where this RICO thing is. There's no RICO. It is a complete cluster, this YSL trial. But anyway, I'll be bringing that out shortly. So thank you all for coming and listening and participating. I want to thank everybody for your support. And please make sure that you like, share, and if you have not done so, subscribe. I am trying to get to 5K, and I really need your help to do it. So anyway, have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend. And last thing is drums, please.
Drums, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great time tonight. We have truly enjoyed ourselves, and we would like to thank you for being part of the show and coming to visit this platform. Live on YouTube, Miracle B. Make sure you come back. Because it's always live each and every time. Auntie Miracle B.